TQCQ, Kilo 4 Sierra Delta Victor, Kilo 4, Sheriff's Deputy, Vance County, QRZ. Welcome to QSO. What a cop. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. This is Kilo 4 Sierra Delta Victor, K4SDV, here with the tactical radio gear bandpass filter kit. This is a full kit. It is approximately $49.99, and here's what you get. You get your magnet wire. You get your standoffs for your PCB board. You get your silver mica capacitors. Now, this is according to what band did you order. Normally you will get T80s, but since I am doing an 80 meter build, 94 twos. That's only because you're not going to be able to get all the wire that you need on a T80. Screws to close up your case. I love these. Drill one hole. You don't have to drill one hole, then another four. You just drill one hole. Teflon, not nylon. It's quality right there. You should be familiar with this particular board, because this is the PCB board that you would order if you were just gonna build it on your own. You just need a PCB board. You had everything else that you needed. And there is the enclosure, which is quite nice. It even has a seal. Not that you're going to leave this outside, but pretty much everything you need. Start by placing the board into the enclosure. I like to use a center punch to mark my starting points. Now, you can be as mathematical as you want. I just like to do it by eye. Just kind of eyeball it. That looks right. Punch one there, and move it over. Right there. Right. Yep, looks good. Okay. So I've got two holes center. You guys can't see that, but next is kind of find approximate center. Okay, that's one, and this is a Harbor Freight center punch, by the way. I would not recommend it. Get a center punch from somewhere else. Okay, there we go. Two. Okay, so drill out holes for your SL239s, and just drill just two small holes so you can mount your PCBs. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. This is what your case should look like right there for the SO239. So that it fits. And I must say, I use extruded aluminum cases. They are a pain in the butt to drill. These things, man, if you get you a step drill bit, melts through it like butter, man. Nice, smooth. Man, what a dream. And that's what you should be looking like right there. I'm not sure if you can see those, but there's some holes. There's one right there. There's one right there, and right there. That's what you should be looking like. So you can mount your standoffs, but I was surprisingly impressed at how well this case drilled out. Man, it was just so smooth. So for right now, we're going to pause and we're going to get right back into it here in a second. If you give me a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, this is the part I think frustrates most hams. If you go up to 666 Pacific Calculator, you're going to put in all the toroid information. So this is iron powder. We're looking for a 5.6 microhenry inductance. We're using a T94 core, and the material color is red. It's telling us 26 times around this toroid. So I'm going to do this with you guys. There's plenty of videos out there to show you how to wrap a toroid. But what I want to do is I want to come in this way, and I don't know, about 2 inches. Fold it down. Now the length of this wire is approximately 32 inches. So you get plenty of wire, get more than enough. But one time through, that's going to be one turn. We're going to do this 26 times. So it's fairly simple. Pass it through a second time. Make sure you don't kink your wire. Take your time. That's 2 turns around the toroid. And we're going to squeeze in our coils just a little bit. And I'm just going to put some tension in that. So that's 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Get this 3 here. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'And just stop and periodically just squeeze them together, just like that. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. And scrunch it in so you got room. So we're at 14. We're almost there. 15. 16. I'm just gonna pull that through like that. Kind of straighten out my wire a little bit. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23, 24, 25, 'They don't overlap, but look, make sure they lay against each other. 26. 26. So we have 26 turns on the toroid. Scrunch these together like that. Okay. There you go. That's what it should look like. I'm going to wrap the next one off of the camera so we can go ahead and get this, get through this. But this is what they should look like. So it doesn't have to be immensely perfect, not too tight, because you do need to be able to move these back and forth when we get to the point where we tune them. So I'm going to do one more off camera, and I'll be right back with you. Just go ahead and wrap all three of yours 26 turns. Hey, welcome back. Now we're going to mount our standoffs. So I found out that I was a little short. So kind of hamming it up. Just if you're a little short, draw a hole in the direction that you're short. So me, I needed another hole closer to here. So just drill it out, and what that does is it gives you kind of a hole you can move, so to say. So I'm going to go ahead and set my standoff in, and from the inside you can't even tell. Once you get up in there, you really can't tell that anything's off. And then on the back, once we mount our our nut. Save the two washers. You're going to need the washers to decrease space, so to say. They're going to take up space when you secure the board to the standoffs. Why is this washer whooping my... This is why I keep saying washer. This nut is whooping my butt. Alright, so just going to go ahead and tighten this down. Now, don't over tighten, because if you over tighten, you're going to shear this off. So, you know, make it snug. Don't go gorilla on it or nothing. Like I said, you will shear that off. Don't go gorilla on it. Alright, I'm back. Now, mind you, we went gorilla on it. Standoff snap. No worries. If you watch my previous bandpass filter video build, all I did was just take a M3 bolt, 2 M3 nuts. It's the same height as our standoff. And there we go. We're back in business. As a ham, don't let things put you off or set you aside. And there we go. That is actually even. No, we need one more nut. So we'll grab one more nut from here. So Zov Fam. That's the name, and I keep a couple of these around. Simply, bumping the camera, simply because it comes in handy. So we'll just throw a third nut on there just to even things up. It's not, wasn't quite even. Now, another thing you could do is, instead of throwing a third nut, put a little bit of Loctite on there. And that actually has us as even. I just need a longer bolt. So we'll go back into our kit. Like I said, don't go gorilla on this stuff, you know, because it can and will shear off. But like I said, no big deal. I will use that size. You know, as with building anything, you know, have a plan B. Yeah, I could order another standoff, but you want to know what? No one's ever going to see that standoff. It's just keeping the board suspended while completing a ground plane. So, no big deal. Probably get by with just adjusting that. Like right there. Bottom is tight. Now we'll use a longer screw. I'm not going to monkey with it. Use a longer screw, 3 nuts, and we'll be in business. Okay. Slightly longer screw. And that's the fun thing sometimes about building a kit, you know, if things break or doesn't work right, having the ability to just, you know, pick up and move on. You know, I'm that guy, and I pride myself on being that guy. If something fails in the field, no worries, man. What do I have? What's available to me? And we're going to pick up and we'll move on from there. And so I'm going to need a 4th nut. That 4th nut is going to secure the board. Because right now we're just getting the board to its proper height. Notice I said height, not height. I don't know why people say that. That's annoying. There we go. Where it should be. Alright, so I'm going to use this nut there to secure the board, and then I'll use one of these screws with a couple of washers to secure it on this side. And before I do that, I do want to, and this is probably about 2 inches of 14 gauge wire, put my center conductors on, because my center conductor is going to go there. So I want to, while this is apart, before I secure the board, and I want to go ahead and put my SO239s in and get them in place and get them locked in. I suggest you do the same, and we'll meet right back here in a couple minutes. Okay, so this is what everything should look like when it's assembled. I have it hooked up to the Rig Expert. We haven't tuned it yet, but at 3.750 we're at 1.31, let's see, 1.35, 1.34 to 1 SWR. Alright, so you're going to have to connect either your Nano VNA or your Rig Expert to your filter. Now, it doesn't matter which side you connect to. Either side is an input, either side is an output, but you do need to connect to a 50 ohm dummy load. So, one of the things we're going to do, I'm going to try to get a little bit closer here. So I'm going to tune this standing up. Get closer in there. Get closer in there. So you can see where we're at. SWR wise. Now, one thing is, I use a taller project box. So, one thing you're going to notice is that those toroids are going to want to get in the way. So, easy solution. This one, push it that way. This one, push it that way. Middle one, push it that way, away from the capacitor. And on the outs, towards our SO239s. Remember when I said 6.6 specific? The calculator, it's approximate. So I may end up having to take off a couple of turns. I don't know, it depends. Let's see how well we tune. Actually, 135, that's not bad. Alright, and we're in the center of the band. So just remember, if you've watched any of my other videos, what you're going to do is you're going to move these coils this way, because they should kind of be scrunchy together, but just want to move them. So we're at 127. 127. And we're going to pick that up on this side, and we're just going to move them down the toroid like that. One, two, two, 1, 2, 1. Okay. One, two, two. Alright, so up, see if I can move this some more. And I'm just pulling them down. You know, just as it's going, just pulling them down. Now your center toroid controls your frequency. So 1, 2, 2. That's saying our SWR is 5.5, and that is not so. Now it might be if it were touching something, but yeah. 1.20, 1.21. Move that back. 0.21. If we can get that 1.20 back, that would be nice. 2. 0.20. Alright, we're going to leave well enough alone. Center controls your resonance of your frequency. So I'm just going to put my finger on the top. I'm going to use the nail here to nail here. If you don't have nails, just take your time. Just grab winding and pull it. So pull this up. Gonna spin it, everything down. Okay. These are touching, so it's giving me a weird reading. So, alright. Up. 3. 1.16. Spinning these back towards this side. Six. 1, 5. 1, 4. 1, 4. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing to this one. I'm going to turn, pull a couple of these coils down. 1, 1, 1. Get in there. Grab a couple. Pull it down. I'm sorry if my elbow's in the way, y'all. Okay. And I'm I'm gonna do the same thing on this end. Grab about 3 or 4 coils and trying to push them down the toroid. 1, 6, 1, 5. Okay, so spin these back up. Over 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. All right, turn back there. 1.1 to 1, 1.1 to 1. Let's see if we get a little bit less. If I get like a 0.8 somewhere in this, I'll be happy. 0.9. All right. Now I'm gonna get greedy. Darn it. 0. Alright, pull that in there. 1, 2. Push it back. Remember, let it go. After you do something, let it go. Back. 2. Alright, start walking this down. I'm not sure if you can see this or not. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Put that right in there. You guys know what I'm doing to the toroid, so I just want you to watch the SWR. So 1, 8, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Ha! That's what I'm talking about. The next winding push. Push. The next one. Push. The next one. Push. Okay, start backing up. Everything's still connected. One in the center is almost flat. Okay. Two. Think about it. Just for frequency. Nah. I'd like to get that 102 back. Get it as low as you can get it. Like I said, and these are yours. You built this, so what you get out of it, I mean, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if it, excuse my French, is horrible, Well, that's on you. That's your fault. And this is the most time-consuming part of this. Is going to be your tuning. I think that 103 is going to be the best we're going to be able to get. And it says my SWR is 596. That's because that toroid's touching that. It's temporarily coupling. So let me spin that back. Come on, 3. 3. Let's see if we can solidify that. Alright. Top of the case now. And it's going to bounce between 4 and 3. I want it more on the 3 side, less on the 4 side. Alright, 1 to 3. Okay, so 3750, we're 1 to 3 SWR. So let's go to 03500. And let's see what our SWR looks like. 1.06. So 3.500, we were 1.06. So we're going to stop up here about 600, 604, yeah, 1.06, 1.07. We're going to go up to 3.700. 705. Okay, so 1.05. Alright, so we're going to go 3.800 megahertz. So this filter should perform pretty darn awesome. Yeah, they're not hard to build. And the fact that, you get an enclosure, toroids, wire, you get everything you need. 3.891, 1.18. We're going to go 3950, which is going to be in the voice portion, so 1.38. And if you're at 4.000, you're going to have a 1.6 SWR. 995, yeah. So you're going to have 1.5 SWR, the highest being a 1.6 SWR or less using this filter. If you're down in the FT4, FT8 portions of the band, the CW portions of the band, you'll be fine. And like I said, you can, well, this needs to run directly to your radio. So your transceiver, all right, filter to external tuner. Remember, do not use an internal tuner with this filter, or else you will pop these capacitors. Do not transmit on any other frequency except for the one you built your filter for, or else you run the risk of popping these capacitors. If you should so happen to pop them, hey, you assembled this, right? So you know how to put it together, so you can go ahead and make your own repair. Also, let's not forget this part. This was fun. You know, we did this, we built this, it's yours. On the top, you know, you just put, you know, what band you made it for. For me, it'll be 80 meters. I'm actually going to stick one of my K4 SDV 80M stickers right there. That way, that's marked. But filter looks really good, less than 1.5 to 1 across the whole band. And as usual, you should be using a resonant antenna with your filter. But like I said, if you use an external tuner, make sure that this is in between the radio and the ATU, and you should be fine. So it should go transceiver, filter, ATU, antenna. Well, hey, hold on, before we go, let's go ahead and get a on-screen view of what our filter looks like in AntTuner. I'm sorry, the AA54 doesn't work in version 2 of the software, just version 1. But that's what our filter's looking like. That was before we tuned it, so let's read from the analyzer after tuning up void memory. Scan range 354, yep. And we got a nice little, there we go. There's an updated picture. Look at that SWR. Coming from well, hold on, transferring data, we're updating. That looks really good. That's what, you know, wow, that's amazing. And like I said, you know, you're going to get out of these filters what you put into them. So, you know, you take your time, do a good job. I think 6.6 specific, the calculator was kind of on the money. Maybe it would benefit us to go back and take a turn off of each toroid, but I am very satisfied. I'm very satisfied with this. So, with that being said, oh my God, this is great. It's been an amazing day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, Kilo 4 Sierra Delta Victor, K4SDV, saying peace, love, happiness, happy holidays, and I'll see you in 2024. Catch you around.